Get notifications and stay updated every time I post a challenge podcast by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all and hope you enjoy. What's going on, guys? So this is, a new feature that I'm going to be doing now. It's After the Madness, and obviously, tonight was episode 14. Just wrapped up. We got a lot to, cover as far as, daily challenges, eliminations, as far as everything, is concerned. But joining me now, I got two guests who, you might be more familiar with, who have, been on my channel before. We got Dustin Zito and Thomas Buell. Thanks for coming on today, gentlemen.
What up?
All right.
So, Mike, thanks for having us, dude.
I like to call this my 1K club. You guys are in a pretty elusive category, so let's get there.
Let's
We go.
get it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Obviously, the challenge has kind of changed quite a bit since both of you guys have been on there. It's kind of taken a little bit of a,
A lot has changed, but a lot is still the same. I mean, from my season of Battle of the Seasons, that was both of that challenge that we saw and that elimination was on my season. So that was kind of crazy to see.
Tom, what about you? What are your perspectives?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I mean, tonight in particular, tonight's episode was boring, bro. I'm gonna be honest, it was boring. But in general, like Dustin said, dude, the challenge is always gonna be the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Some things will change, like this whole politicking thing, bro. Politicking's been a thing forever. It's just called, being political throughout the house or just being friends with people, right?
It's human nature. That's gonna happen.
Dude.
They're gonna start clicking up and doing things. It's just a human nature experiment.
And so I will say that most of the people that they have on it now, talent is like, and nothing against Dustin or myself, right? But when we were on and Dustin back, there were way more people that were probably much easier to get rid of than these kids. A lot of these kids are physically, like, you know what I mean?
It's very true. There was a certain, people, it was an unspoken thing, but when you came that first week, you looked at everybody and you're like, some people are just here to be here. They even right now they know they're not winning, and now whenever I see it, it kind of seems like everybody's on this like certain playing field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But bro. I mean, we got Aneesa.
Bro, but I'll say this, man. I bet Mike has a question about Aneesa, bro. So we'll wait for him to talk about it, and we'll talk.
We'll get into it.
Dude, Tom's such a diplomat, my dog. I like you, Tom.
But what do you guys think about the Red Skull twist? Because you guys kind of on your seasons kind of fell victim to being on the chopping block a bit, and were more sacrificial lambs to people wanting to throw you guys in. Because at that point it was like, oh yeah, you don't want to see eliminations, let's throw these guys in. But now you like have to go in and get your Red Skull. So what do you guys think about this new twist? You like it?
First of all, they threw us in because they're scared. Secondly, this twist is awesome. Everyone played it incorrectly this season, bro. Most people played it incorrectly. I think it's a
new thing for sure that they're gonna. You see what they're doing now. They're gonna be doing something totally different in some time after they figure it out. But I will say this: this Red Skull shit is TJ's wet dream. TJ hates it when people go to finals without proving themselves. And I bet you anything, it was TJ was in that meeting being like, no. I'm going to put my foot down, and somebody's going to have to make a rule where they have to go into a final. Because it's true, man. Like, TJ always he led with his spirit in that kind of way where he was like, look, man, I expect you to prove yourself if you're going to go to my final. Like, anybody getting a free ride to my final is bullshit. So, honestly, I think that's a TJ thing. I really do, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah, This season's kind of gnarly though, you know. They got the whole bunker situation, you know, and it's like crazy and like legitimately to me, it's just so crazy to me that they film this in October and then like however many months later, we're like literally quarantined in like real time. It's just crazy, you know. Like, what are the odds of that happening?
I mean, yeah, I mean, what are the odds? That's a good point, right? Not a lot of odds that they're gonna put people in bunker and then in real life, months later, we're all gonna be quarantined. I'll tell you this, bro. All and Dustin, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I guarantee you that bunker was not as bad as people are saying it was. That gym in there is nice as shit. Like
Bruh,
everything in there looked nice, bro.
bruh. We were in mansions and we still couldn't get hot water. That bunker
Yeah.
was just an excuse to make it like, look, we're not even trying to make you comfortable. You're gonna be uncomfortable. You know, there's a hidden twist in the challenge that a lot of people don't know about, and it is that show is made to make you a little off edge and get. I mean, you know, like
Not
every
even a
little
little, dude.
corner, the food. I mean, they want you to like be in a certain way, you know, about your accommodations. They ain't giving you no 5-star resort. They never have, you know? So, but the bunker idea, I mean, now they taking away sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what really happened. So motherfuckers was like, yo, man, we know what's popping off. We got to open that bunker. I know it hadn't been open since the 60s. We got to pop that thing open. You know, let's get it cleaned out. Oh, it's going to sit for a while. Might as well. Hey, anybody want to do a show? Because we got this bunker. If you want to pay us, we would love to, because we got to get this bunker ready.
Nah, bro.
It's really about to go down. And now here we are. They went and walked
Beautiful.
that bunker up for them.
Beautiful Murray reached out to them and was like, "Hey man, we'll give y'all this amount of money to just clean out y'all's bunker. We're gonna take care of it for 2 months." And they're like, "Fuck yeah, bro, give me the money, dude."
Exactly. MTV walked up into the meeting and was like, "Hey man, we'll clean it out and get it ready for you and paint it up, put some big old murals on the wall, make you not feel like you're fucking stuck inside without any sunlight, and shoot it for a show, and then you guys can use it for quarantine."
Yeah, we're gonna throw 20 plus adult children in that bitch and just let them run around and do some crazy shit, man.
If anything's gonna break, for if you're gonna have to be in here for 20 years, if anything's gonna break or show a weak spot, these kids are going to find it. You know what I'm saying?
At least it's a bunker, man. You know what I mean? Like right there.
Yeah, and then they had all these facilities, bro. It's like the underwater tunnels and stuff, and they were dropping into the tunnel. I know that's a part. They didn't build that. That was a part of the facility that they were using. And it's like, damn, somebody got a real bunker, bro. They ready for 50, 100 years, you know?
Yeah. It was a good location. So I know that they were trying to make it look like the bunker was bullshit. That was a good location, man.
But I will say this, Thomas, wouldn't that be? Do you think that the situation, everything was together on like a compound, or do you think they were still busting people places?
Dodd, bro, I don't know. I would assume that it's all pretty tight knit in there, but like, I mean, sometimes, bro, like you'll jump on. They'll be like, "We got to jump on a bus. 4 hours, 4 hours in a bus to go to your location." It's like, dude. So I don't know. I would assume, like you're saying, it might be like a compound or at least close in the vicinity of each other. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I heard some like crazy shit. I think it was like Ashley that said it was from your season. She said that like the bathroom broke on like the second day or some shit. So then you like if you had to go to the bathroom in like the middle of the night, you have to like put your coat on because it's like they filmed this like when it was cold or something like that, and like 'cause it's in the Czech Republic. You had to like go and walk like like half a mile to go to like a porta potty outside or something like that.
Dude,
good.
They love that shit. They love it.
They probably had that plan.
Every house I was in, toilets broke. For sure. Every single time.
Or the hot water didn't work. You couldn't get that hot shower.
Both, man. Every time.
So now let's talk about this daily challenge though, because it's kind of nuts. They woke them up in the middle of the night and they did this at nighttime. I thought that was really cool. It gave me goosebumps. Anything that happens at nighttime is just like everything just feels more like fucking intense and shit. But like Yeah, but Dustin, you did this, daily challenge on Battle of the Season. So, what was your thoughts on it?
So on my season, it was very similar. So but what was different is that my team, it was a team, we had three or four of us. So half of my team was up on the gurney, holding, I don't know what a gurney is. That probably ain't even the right shit. But up on the scaffolding, I'll call it scaffolding, right? So, and they were holding it, and then we were going to grab rocks, and we had to live in the moment choose who you were, and they would watch you who you're fucking. And if y'all remember, I was sitting there like, guys, put them in your own team. Like, this is the only way we're gonna do this the right way is if we just put our own team in. And they were like, yeah, fucking right. And I actually put a fucking rock in my team.
Yeah, because you're a moron, bro.
That's how much I hate the politics shit. I was like, fuck that. We're just gonna play a game, man.
Tom, what about you? What did you think of the whole daily challenge concept?
Bro, first of all, they need to do more dailies. They need to make them nightlies and do more in the night. Because I think night shit, like, it brings up a whole nother, like Cory's comments, right? It brings up a whole nother side of people. And some people literally scientifically proven, bro. Some people are morning people. Some people are night people. Like, some people are middle of the day people. They need to do more of that. What I thought it was a badass daily, but what I would say, like, what I really say about it, man, is like there was no fight, right? People, it was just a lot of running around, putting things in the, putting the rocks in the bins, and then everyone just started politicking up top, and then it was like, I give up, and it was just kind of like it took the sense of pride and urgency from the challenge, and that, I was just, man.
Yeah.
Right,
I think
and that's
that
like
was one of those games that TJ throws in there, right? To like, he's like, all right, we got some people are being too nice. I'm gonna give them a challenge where they're gonna have to be some lines drawn in the sand. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of weird, Tom, how they like got up there and were like straight up like, oh well, I'll help you, you help me, let's discuss about this shit. And they didn't like go for it. I didn't see anybody that was like, like I'm gonna hold on forever.
Besides
I didn't see
Melissa,
that, so
and
that
then
did kind of suck.
yeah,
But I mean, I guess this late in the game, they're just politic at this point.
yeah, that's true.
This has been like
especially with that new Red Skull thing, man.
Yeah, you said.
We'll talk about that shit, dude.
Yeah, this has like been a problem for a lot of the fans have like had with this season. It's become like really tedious with like how everything's playing out with like politics. It just seems like every daily challenge is like, oh, this person's Red Skull, we got to do this, and it seems like they're taking away the competition sense of it by I feel like they tried overcompensating with the Red Skull because now they like took away the level of competition in some aspects.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it was the first, and it's like I remember doing things that were first, and then getting away from the show, and then whenever it airs, you just feel so stupid because there were so many obvious things you could have did. But when you do the show, they don't tell you a lot. TJ will walk in that room and be like, "Yeah, Red Skull, you got to get a Red Skull to go to my final. Have a good day."
Dustin, on that, them not saying a lot to your point. What they should have done, bro, was not told anybody about the Red Skull thing. Just like put the Red Skull, made it an observation game, and then at the end of it, if someone didn't do an elimination, just say, "Hey, you never got this Red Skull, you're out." They've done shit like that before. Why not?
Yeah, they have spur of the moment some shit.
Yeah.
They did it to us. I mean, when we were doing our thing, Tom, we went home.
Yeah, bro. First
time. To the end, got thrown back in the game. And,
yeah, bro.
And,
first
fresh.
time, yeah.
What was that?
And then you stuck a towel. And then you stuck a towel in your fucking gooch. You stuck a towel in your gooch just to beat me, bro. Just to beat me, bro. Shit, man. But yeah, they just throw things out there, right? Like, hey, man, you guys thought these kids were eliminated, they're back. Like, they could have been like, hey, man, obviously these Red Skulls meant something, you're out.
Yeah.
Easy.
exactly. But
TJ's crazy with it though.
yeah. So now let's move into we saw Cory kind of get the shit end of the stick tonight, and he felt like his
Cory was being a little bitch. I can say that because I'm his friend. He was being a little bitch. And
first, Tom, since obviously you've known him for a while, you were on his real world season, so what do you
he knows.
perspective about his reaction
He
to tonight?
knows. He knows it's all love, but bro, you're not. I mean, obviously you're not going into an elimination, dude. Yeah, I think you should be pissed about Fessy saying I got you and it not happening. But don't take that on Fessy. Take that on Jenny like he did. Um, but I mean, bro, you already know, dude. Josh and Kyle are gonna go in. Simple as that. Why? Who cares? Why make it a big deal at that point? Like why stir the pot? Why add fuel to a fire that you don't need to? You know what I mean? What are your
I mean,
thoughts,
I
Dustin?
feel you. I feel you. But what episode is this?
14.
14.
Right.
Bro.
You're right, bro.
You're at this point, he's like delirious on life and what the perception of what's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just overreacted. That's my point, man.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, he was all like he didn't want to admit that he was mad at Fessy because he was always like, Fessy's my boy, but damn, man, and he was, and I mean,
yeah.
Fessy kind of hit him with the like, yo, man, you're not going in, it's not really that big a deal, and he was like, nah, bro, but I wanted to win because he wanted the 5th win. He said something about him being able to get to like, oh, nobody's had this many wins in a season. So I think that if I know Cory, I hung out with Cory. If I know Cory was like, God damn, I wanted my motherfucker. I wanted 5.
Yeah,
number 5.
true. See, I was about to say it could have been pride. It could have been a pride thing where he was like, man, I could have won if I stayed up there. Why did I let you, Fessy, win and then promise me something that I didn't get? So 100% on the pride factor, 100%.
Right. But at the end of the day, you might, he almost he was this close to being like really mad at Fessy to the point where Fessy was like, yo, man, come on, dog,
Yeah,
he was kind
of
holding on to it. He was kind of holding on to it.
He overreacted. Yeah. Stupid. Childish.
I would have been kind of, because like just watching it from like just objective standpoint, like I like felt like I was mad and I wasn't even like there and I wasn't even Cory, you know what I mean? Like more so from a Jenny perspective, not per se Fessy. I don't really necessarily feel I mean Fessy, it's not like he didn't vouch for him, but like with the whole Jenny thing, like I don't know, like I would have been, kind of pissed off at her too, because like, he saved her like how many times, and then like,
yeah,
true. She as far as the respect thing and as far as like a thing, like I bet Cory was kind of like, I know these people are gonna give me this because of what I put them in, how I treated them, and he was like, damn, like he's like Fessy didn't fess up, and then old girl gonna go throw somebody else's head. Like, who the fuck loves Cory? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck loves Cory?
All I gotta say is that dude threw me into an elimination, so he knows that it happens, bro.
Oh yeah, true. Hey, once you get burned in this shit, it's like fuck.
Yeah, bro, all the time. Shit happens.
But let's talk about another person tonight who both you guys have done a season with, Aneesa. What's the deal there? Do you guys feel like it wasn't too fair to kind of, or would you think it was pretty clear?
They screwed my girl over so bad, I think, dude. Because look, in Dustin, I don't know your perspective. My perspective is I'm a girl, bro. I want her in my final because she's not in the best shape that she's not in the best shape of her life. Now, when it comes to, will she ever quit? Hell no. You know that, Dustin. Like, that girl will not quit.
She beat Jenna.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to
100 fucking medicine balls. You want a test of endurance? Hello, she beat Jenna.
Physical
Jenna goes
strength,
to the gym
bro.
every day.
Yeah, physical strength, she wins, bro. And then to her point on it, right? Puzzles, like I would,
Experience.
yeah, I would argue that, and I've never been to a final, so Dust could speak to this much better than I can. But I would argue that the mental side of the final is probably 70 to not to 90% of it, because once you get there, it's mental to keep going. It's not physical at
Yeah.
that point.
And it's not even as much about the puzzles and stuff, like the mentality, like your spirit going into those finals. Like don't think the whole time they ain't trying to break your spirit. Like the reason they want to drain you is to get you, like Aneesa is, I mean, after, here's one stat that they didn't want to look at. Aneesa said she's been to the last day 4 times. Aneesa's physicality and like stamina was in question. But imagine having Aneesa on your team when she's tried 4 fucking times to get here. And she finally is here. I want that spirit on my team. You know what I'm saying? Like the rookie that's like, oh, I'll get him next time. At least I made it to a final. No, I want Aneesa who's like, no, bitch, I have fucking had so many opportunities to be here, and now's my shot. Aneesa would be dragging your ass across the finish line.
Yeah,
Just off of
she'd be
sheer spirit.
100%. And if they're gonna throw Aneesa in there like that, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, would you rather go against Josh or Kyle in a final?
Oh,
I'd rather
definitely,
go
I would
against
rather
Josh.
go against Josh. Josh, the mentality's not there. He would lose if he
100%,
gets
right?
down.
So why would you even put Josh into the elimination? Why would you even do that? If you have the thought process of let's throw Aneesa in because we don't want to partner up with her, then the girls should be like, let's make sure Josh doesn't go in, so we don't want to partner up with him. And the guy should have been like, let's actually, as a guy, you want him in the final, right? So let's get him
Right,
in the
you
final.
want to
Not
be
put
able to do
Kyle,
a shot to
bro.
beat him.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I think that it was double standards, bro. Keep Aneesa out because we
Yeah,
think she'll be a bad partner, but keep Josh in because we want to go against them. I don't get it, bro. I don't.
it's a damn shame that Aneesa was like, they were just like, oh, I mean, the only argument was Aneesa's not in the best shape. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like that's such a
How many out of shape
unexperienced
people?
mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
And
just
how
such
many
an
out of shape people in this show have beaten kids in much better
bro.
shape in a lot longer things, bro?
Aneesa's not out of shape, dude. Aneesa is the woman that will, like, if anything pops off and a bomb goes, Aneesa's gonna be dragging 3 young ladies by their fucking hair and getting them out of fucking trouble. Like,
Yeah, man.
Aneesa
I
has
wasn't.
that spirit. Like, she's an old soul in the fact that, like, dude, Aneesa's that like old Italian mom that lifts the car up off the child. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if
I
she's clicked
no.
in, you ain't stopping.
Dustin, I hear you, bro. I wasn't talking shit about Anissa at all. What I was saying was
Oh no,
simply
I'm
people
hyping my
can be in
girl
the
up.
best shape of their lives and they get beat by people that aren't in the best shape all the time on the challenge, bro.
I
All the
did, dude. That second place was mainly because I was fucking cramping up during the thing with the sand, and literally to the point where I was like, my hose to my little thing got frozen at night. It was so cold in the desert that I stopped drinking water because there was a little frozen patch. And the next day I think I just dehydrated from staying up all night, and I was cramping up so bad that production had to give me water. I was like, look, if y'all give me fucking 3 bottles of water right now, I'll chug them all right now, and my leg will literally loosen up. And that had to it happened. So I
yeah,
fucking, I got gassed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There's nobody in this game that can look at anybody and be like, oh, that person will get gassed and that person won't. That's bullshit.
yeah. Fuck it, CT. Perfect example, bro. That dude's not at his best shape ever, and that dude has won recently.
He won last season.
You go.
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
Like,
CT's the same way as Aneesa. Like it's just some people have that like it's more of spirit than it is a body shape or anything else.
Mental. Yeah. I'm with you. So to answer your question, they screwed my girl Aneesa over. They screwed her over. She should be
Yeah,
there. Be there.
they
Yeah,
did dirty, and they gonna live with it forever. It's on
yeah,
video.
yeah. I agree. I mean, I just find it really funny to me that people who haven't done anything in the game like to speak on her and her body of work when she's done it for like 15 years. You
Yeah.
know, just doesn't really sit right with me.
Yeah, TJ said
But
it. He
really,
was like, "Yo, y'all know this
I,
is
I
like
won't
one of the
I won't
most
get into
winning."
this guy until the end, but like you guys will probably catch my drift of who I'm more so directing that towards. But we'll get into that guy in a bit. Um,
Cool.
let's talk about the elimination now, because more specifically, I'll let Dustin take the floor here first, since the first time they had this elimination was on Battle of the Seasons. So him Nani won that elimination. So I want.
Yeah, another one where it was kind of the same thing. I mean, it was a little different because I think what we did, there was a couple of, I would say there's a couple of trade-offs. So what me and Nani did, we had a big dome with big holes to get through and do our thing, right? Um, and in this elimination, there's a little tiny car with a lot of pinch points and a lot of angles and things that'll catch rope. I could like watching it was kind of hard because I was like, man, that was a
Same
tough project.
concept, homie. Same concept, bro. It's the same exact concept, though.
Right, but the trade-off with that, well, like we got bigger space, they had smaller space, but at the same time, I had Nani strapped to my fucking hip, and Trey had his girlfriend strapped to his hip, so that created a whole new list of obstacles with working with someone to the point where it's like if I move, she's got to move, or she can't go on this side of the pole, she has to come on this side of the pole, so it created a whole nother aspect. But man, that game a lot. They don't show it a lot because I think something they don't show the puzzle part of it. But dude, when you get to the other side, not only do you have to drag all that rope through and get it out of the circle, you got to figure out what knot they made. And if you make one wrong move, like you could make the knot worse, like really easily. What a lot of people don't know, and I have to do this right now, is I owe me and Nani both owe our win to Alton and Sarah. Alton and Sarah were guiding us to where we needed to go, and they were making sure our move undid 2 knots at a time. So literally, they didn't show it, but I was sitting there, Alton and Sarah, what should I do? Like they choreographed the whole thing for us. So me and Nani almost didn't even have to like play the puzzle part of it. We were told what to do, and then we made those moves accordingly. So it was a little bit different. But this one, man, in a car, little tiny car with all those pinch points, you can have it. After mine, I threw up. I don't know if you know, I fucking puked right after I was done. Me and Nani won, and I was like, that's cool. Let me go do this thing. And then I ended up puking a few times that season.
What'd you think, Tom?
Bro, it shows how and I don't like talking shit about people. I mean, I guess I like talking shit about people, but I don't know this kid. Josh is just bad. Am I wrong with saying that?
Dude.
He's 0-3 in eliminations.
I mean, he's 0-2 against rope. Like, what? Like, is he just? I don't understand. Is he not smart, or does he just seriously get flustered and so anxious that he doesn't think about what he's doing? Because yes, that elimination, I think the puzzle part would be the hardest part, bro. Because Dustin, if you go through the wrong door one time, you could double the knot and you could cost yourself 10 fucking minutes, bro. Yeah. It could be over, right?
And usually you don't find out about the mistake until you pull the whole
100%. Yeah. And I think it played to Bailey just because she was just a smaller human than Aneesa. And then it played to Kyle just because he's a smaller human. What's their height like, Kyle and Josh's? I don't know how tall Kyle is.
I'd say Josh is bigger.
Josh is definitely bigger, like
wider.
Yeah, but like I think Kyle might be taller. Kyle's probably like about 6'1", 6'2", I think.
Either way, it played advantage to the two people that did win. It 100% played to their advantage.
It's true.
Yeah.
Even that was one of those where I hated to see Aneesa go in there because I was like, "Boo, you're up." Like I thought Aneesa was up against it with Jenna. I was like, "Damn, Jenna in some fucking medicine balls is gonna just
dude.
You know, she's a little gym rat. So like she's just gonna
most
Aneesa
underrated win. Yeah, most underrated win of the season. Aneesa beating Jenna in that. That just goes to show you how good Aneesa, she should be there. Just goes back to the point that Aneesa got screwed, bro.
Direct correlation. Like did you want a test of endurance? If you wanted a show of what Aneesa could do as far as endurance wise, we didn't go look back at her and Jenna.
Yeah.
So now, do you guys think that this elimination, in particular, should come back? Like, because we've seen this elimination like in various, ways.
Yeah.
But, like,
that elimination's cool. Like, there's few eliminations that like, there's so much different stuff that I think it's really a good idea that they always recycle things because. For us as the viewer, it's cool to see things that I know what kind of expect. And we always get that fucking commercial break right before they hit it, right? And to being able to be like discussing with my folks, like, dude, I know this elimination, and I'm telling you this person's gonna do better for these reasons. And it's kind of cool in that way, and it kind of legitimizes the challenge more as a sport because when you have things that are familiar. Like Ninja Warrior, where they're like, oh, we know what this challenge is like. You know what I'm saying? Like we understand what this is gonna take, and whether this person's tall or short or what their strengths are. Like I always in Ninja Warrior, some dude goes on someone's hands. I'm like, is he a climber? You know what I'm saying? Like that gives you a level of being able to size up the athlete. So I think it's a super smart idea to recycle things because. For us as the competitors too, it gives us like I know what I can work on as far as physicality to prepare myself.
100%, bro. That was what I was gonna say. Is if they're gonna start continuing, if they're gonna continue to kind of keep if they're gonna continue doing trilogies one right after another and keep the core people in each of those seasons, bro. Keep some, if not. Yeah, keep a handful of each eliminations or of the eliminations and put them in each. So like all the core people can understand, hey, I'm probably going to run into this, man. I should try to figure this out. And it makes it just for better competition, dude, which makes for better TV, which makes for better ratings, which makes for more money, which makes for more seasons, bro. And that's how you make it. Yeah. 100%.
Just the visual.
Well, I'll say this. What was interesting, I forgot to say on my season, when we picked the person that was going in the elimination, those people also got to pick which game they played. So all season, we knew what was on the board.
That's tight.
And I like that. I kind of wish they would bring that back a little bit.
Bring that back, sure.
Yeah, because the conversation got deeper in the fact that, like, okay, we know what game it's going to be. Who I send in kind of shows where I'm drawing the line in the sand as a fact that, like, some people will be like, we know it's wall brawl, right? And you got Zach, who's like itching at being in wall brawl. Whoever goes up against Zach in that is going up against someone that's been training his whole life for wall brawl. Like, so it's like shit.
Got to do something smart, bro.
Right. So on that politics side, whoever you stick in there and knowing who they going up against plays more into the politics because you kind of can play to strengths and weaknesses and pick who's going to win and lose too.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But let's talk about because you obviously previously just alluded to it, Tom. But like, let's further dive into Josh a little bit here because he kind of just like his gameplay this season just made no sense. Like
his gameplay play every season he's been. How many seasons this kid been on now?
This was his third.
Yo, that's as many as I've been on, bro. What is? I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Like, cause the kid, he seems nice enough, bro. But I saw some of his big brother shit, and like he plays the same game, dude. He's like, I'm best friends with everybody. And then he makes every single thing kind of centralizes himself in everything, like in the deliberation today or whatever that's called. What's that room called?
The
Purgatory.
purgatory, yeah.
Is that what the room's called? No, Purgatory's the arena
no.
that they do elimination.
Oh wait, interrogation. That's what it is.
Yeah, the tribunal room. Yeah. That room, dude. He's sitting there talking to somebody, to Aneesa, I think, and he was like, I'm just trying to look out for my game. I know, like, we're friends, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, you're probably not friends with her, to be quite honest. Maybe you are. I don't know. But you're not looking out for your game, man. You just following people and trying to make something about yourself up that doesn't exist. Just like what he was doing with West the whole season, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then he sits
weird,
there and cries.
Being in this show is weird because, like, having so many things to think about at the same time in a stressful situation is really hard. Like, we have to imagine that I've been there. I've been in situations where, like, I'm going to act totally differently than I normally would because I'm on camera and I know I'm on camera. You know, but then eventually you get to the point where you start to lose that a little bit and you start to act, you know, yourself. And I see Josh, like that time he was throwing shit in the club, threw a drink on old boy, was standing on the bar saying that nobody could beat him and stuff like that. He's just, I mean, I think Josh is just an emotional dude. His emotional link and his physicality are too far apart. He needs to do some meditating so he can remove those two things and be able to you know, function them in sync, but on their own merit, because he lets eventually his emotions get him and they do his. I mean, I look at a dude like Josh and I'm like, I feel bad for any girlfriend he has. He's probably he just gets insane. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, the dude just needs to meditate, man. He just needs to find himself.
I have to ask
I
this
used
question.
to be like that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm glad you fucking changed, bro.
Yeah, let's
There's nothing wrong with being emotional,
You just gotta
bro.
find yourself.
There's nothing wrong with being emotional, bro, at
Yeah,
all.
dude.
But
Hey,
but
the emotional people in this world are the ones that make it fucking interesting. Like, if it wasn't for any emotional people, we would be bored as fuck on this planet. And I would rather be one of the emotional guys.
what he needs, what his problem was, and there's a good example. Bro, he just got like 2 episodes ago or last episode got shoot out by Melissa before one of the getting thrown into elimination, and then he's like, I'm gonna save Melissa. See ya, Aneesa. This is for my game. And it's like he just does it. My question for you guys is: he smart?
Perfect guy.
No, I wouldn't say so. I
Like,
just
real quick with the answer, no.
I think, look, hey, I'll
he's just
say
a
this.
floater, man.
Do I think that Josh is in the game not totally understanding what's going on?
Can
I
he?
don't think he really totally understands the puzzle
No,
pieces,
Dustin,
and it's really
not-
hard. Go
Bro,
ahead.
not even that. Can he understand it? Does he have the capability of understanding it, bro?
First, he
Because
gotta
I don't
believe
think he does.
First, he
I
gotta
don't know.
accept
He just
himself.
plays a floater game, and like
Yeah, right. That's the thing. He doesn't really know what to do or understand. And I'm the same way. I hated the politics and I hated all of it. So I just tried to be like, hey, if I'm really good physicality, if people like having me around, if I'm good for storyline or whatever, I'll fucking stick around. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the time, I was just like, I think I was feeling a little bit of it, was like, I don't really understand the whole play of this. And like, if I be nice to this person, the alliances, how's that conversation gonna really start? I don't really know how. I don't want to fuck with any of that too much. I got. You know, I don't like commitment too much. So as far as getting into like, you know, alliances, I've always been weird like that. So I think he has what I have, but even worse. You know,
Bro, but and you're probably spot on, but here's the difference, dude, is you felt uncomfortable. You didn't go out of your way to talk to every single person and then promise them different things or be like, hey, we're friends or we're not friends, bro. You kept to yourself, right? Like,
Right.
honestly, in what did we do? X's 2 together. Bro, you kept to yourself. I mean, really, you talked to me and Jay, and then Wes did his thing, and I didn't even know because I was a dumb fucking
Yeah.
rookie. But
Well,
bro,
yeah,
you
that
kept
was
to
hard.
yourself most of the time, dude. And Josh doesn't keep to himself, and he doesn't
True.
understand how to play it. That's why he looks like a moron.
Yeah,
In my
I think you're exactly right. Like, as where I was like scared to kind of act, that dude will just hop in bed with anybody at any moment and tell you exactly what he's thinking. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I that season was really tough for me. It was actually the first season I did with like a lot of veterans, and man, you know, of course I suffer with my thing, like, you know, being the little dude that did the gay porn and stuff. Not many people really want to fuck with me too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that in that house, and
Hey
I
man,
fucking
that was
like I
right now.
hate that so much. Once I get that vibe, once I get like the vibe isn't right and people don't really want to fuck with me too much, I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I mean, it ended up working out that I went home first, so that kind of
Yeah,
like worked
you
out.
actually
But
sent me home first, but whatever, bro.
say what?
I said you actually sent me home first, me and Chivers, but whatever, dude. I'm not complaining.
Oh fuck. Yeah, true. Yeah, but I got sent home by a dude that was the first round of dudes that wasn't like on the show. I actually got sent home by one of the kids that came from the other show, and I didn't like that too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like that, bro. I was like, hold the fuck up, man.
Your partner wasn't too strong, bro. No offense, I don't know her, but
Yeah, you know, she's, you know, Jen.
hey,
She's great. She's
I'll
great.
tell you this. I haven't had the best partner, so I feel that, bro. I know that pain, dog.
Right, like what could it have been? You know, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Pissed me off.
Oh, dude, and the season that I left, dude. All right, so like Johnny
When
Bananas.
you cut open your leg or some shit?
No, the one we were on, like when Johnny Bananas. No, wait, were you on that one with me when Johnny Bananas was with Nani? The last one I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that moment, I was kind of like, bet, like my fucking like sister figure on this whole experience is with Johnny Bananas, who is like the legend of the whole deal. And I was really looking forward to being like, all right, cool. Like from this point on, I always wanted to be with Johnny Bananas and fucking Leroy. They always hung out. They had all the cool jokes, and it was always funny. And I was always kind of like, oh, like I want to hang out with those dudes. And that was my season to be like, get a part of that crew. And fucking, I just, the vibe was wrong, man. I was like, I don't know. I don't think these people want to fuck with
Bro,
those
you got screwed because of West, bro. That's it.
Dude, fuck Wes.
Wes got taken out this season by Bananas.
I know.
West
And Wes only threw himself in there because he knew that challenge would be the perfect one to lose, because that's one of those where you're like, well, I just didn't fucking find the battery. So, you know, it wasn't like one of those physicality challenges.
Oh,
that's
bro.
what I really wanted to see.
Bro. Well, I'll say this, bro. I heard his pride when he lost to Bananas, bro. For sure, he got hit hard.
No matter how you lose, batteries, no batteries, punch him in the face, none of that. He was hurt. And you know, Bananas was like, you know, King's doing King shit, boy.
Yeah, bro.
Forget about it, dude. Bananas is like that dude. He's like, bro, I'm gonna be a little ruthless. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hit you hard real quick for a minute. I'll tell you I love you, but for right now, I'm gonna burn that ass.
Bananas is a showman, man. He is. Yeah. He's a good showman.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking for the rest of the season now? You know, they showed the trailer the next week, and you know we got another double elimination, and it's a headbanger. So what do we think about going forward? We just got rid of 2 people. Who do you think's in best position right now to
take
it all?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Jenny from the girls' side, bro. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that she wins. No
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure. But
Melissa's not going to, because Melissa, let's say Melissa makes the final, right? At the time, no one knows she's pregnant. That's going to play a role in a 2-day final, bro. 100%. She's not going to beat Ginny on that.
Oh yeah, that's the girl that was pregnant the whole
Yeah,
time.
bro. So, and then who else? And then Bailey, it's her first one. She's not beating Ginny, bro. And then who else? What other girls? D. We can't even talk about D. But, D could give Ginny a run for her money. I don't know. Ginny looks just in much better shape than D. She just does physically.
Yeah. 100%. D. Jenny's got to be the favorite to take for the girl standpoint. But the guys. I mean, it's
So
Bananas is like.
I want to hear y'all's points because I have my thoughts on this shit.
I think that it's hard to although he hasn't been to a final since he stole the money from Sarah. I mean, it's hard to kind of with who's left, man. It's just kind of hard to it seemed like every other time, there was like some big bad vet to take Bananas out, but now we got like a crop of either guys that are like young and inexperienced or guys that just have major flaws in their game. Like Nelson and Cory are good. Like I think that they could potentially take Bananas. Like honestly, I think Bananas could lose to any of the guys left, besides maybe Kyle and something physical. But like, I think that
I'll
Bananas.
keep it something physical just to let you know.
You think so?
I
I mean,
think Bananas physically, out of the rest of the dudes there, I think he's the worst physically. He's how old is he now, bro? And I'm not trying to talk shit, but he's got to be 30.
Right. At some point, we got
38 now. He's 38 now.
38 years old at some point, and he's going against 20 young or old 20, late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
But to your point,
Mike, dude, the sheer experience.
Yeah, correct.
To your point, yeah.
How many finals?
Just the butterfly, just dealing with that shit.
Yeah. How many finals has he ran? How many finals has he won?
He's won multiple. Sure, he's ran like 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows what it's about. And then I think he's probably the best dude there when it comes to puzzles and mental game. Because we all know Cory and Nelson don't have much of it there. Love Cory to death, Nelson. I know you've done an episode with you, hung out. But there's just there's just not a lot going on.
Yeah, but I mean, look who we're comparing them to. Like, it's just not even a.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, Johnny Bananas knows how the producers think by this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I swear he's one of the producers, dog. I swear he's secretly one of the producers, bro. He's like, these people aren't. And I want to come back every season, bro.
He's definitely in the good old boys club of fucking challenge.
Nah, he's for sure not.
He might have had, a hand in storyline a little bit,
Hey, always. Yeah. But to what you were saying, Mike, I think honestly, I think from a mental aspect, you have Bananas, and then honestly, Cory as my top 2 going into the final, bro.
Fessy, I think Cory's got enough experience at this point.
Yeah, and I think because he's fighting for his daughter and his soon-to-be-born daughter, right? I mean, he didn't know he was going to be born.
$1 million with friends.
Yeah, bro, he's going to be sitting there like, hey, this isn't just for me. This isn't for pride. This is for, I'm going to go make some money for the homies in the family.
Yeah, and exactly. At some point, also, we have to take into account not necessarily Johnny's age, but Johnny's like, dude, I've been here. Like, the fire has got to be dwindled a little bit. In the final, I think there's a lot of people that if they got a fire in them, they could beat a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could come out ahead on some people that we would be like, no way, you're never going to beat them. So one thing I think about is, like, when is Johnny going to, like, get into a final one time and slip up just because he's just like, dude, I could give a fuck if I win or not, you know?
So I think that's the thing, right? I think, like, let's say he goes on and wins this season. Let's say he goes and does it. I think mentally he might be checked out after that. I think if he makes it to the final, gets second or third, he might be like, I'm trying to get one more. But I think
Right.
he wins one again. He's gonna, to your point, Dustin, that fired. He's gonna be like, man, I proved myself, bro. 7.
Right.
But
But
more
I mean, $1
rings
million
than Mike.
is $1 million, though. You know,
Yeah.
$1 million is $1 million. But I
And
mean, yeah, at some point, there's gonna be some kid that comes up and is like, dude, you could have beat me, and you could have been smarter than me, and you could have outplayed me, but I wanted it more.
yeah,
And that could
you
be
know,
Cory.
I think Fessy. I just think since it's his first time, you don't see a lot of rookies going and winning their first times, unless it's a team thing. In fact, has there ever been a rookie that's won or a
Yeah,
prospect
the whole team of my season, San
that's
Diego.
that's not a team, bro? That's an individual.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Or, no, I see. I don't even think that's
Turbo
Huh?
one.
And
Turbo.
my season, they didn't
Good
have
call.
any veterans. We didn't deal with any of the veterans.
Yeah, true, Dustin. Good call on Turbo, bro. But I mean, even everyone says he's a freak, so like that dude's probably just a freak.
And there was more rookies in that final though than there were vets. There was only 3 vets, I'm pretty sure, in that final that Turbo won.
Mm.
So I mean, it was just Wes Cara and Hunter, I think.
Okay. What I will say, and then Nelson, bro, I don't think Nelson has what it takes to win a final. I just think he doesn't. I just don't think he has it in him. Physically,
there's a lot of people you look at and you can't pinpoint what it is, but you're like, they're not finals material.
Physically,
and TJ would probably look at them and think the same thing. Probably tell them right to their face.
Yeah, physically, I think 100% Nelson could do it. Physically, mentally, he could want it as much as he wants it. But I don't know. I just don't. I have nothing to back it up. I just don't believe it.
Yeah. Just make
And then
us Kyle on call. I feel you.
Yeah, and then Kyle, I don't think takes it seriously enough. Like, I like his attitude towards the game. I really do. But if I'm sitting there and I'm Johnny, I'm like, I have something to prove. I haven't won in a while. I'm starting to lose the title of the GOAT. I want to reaffirm that I am the GOAT of the challenge. And if I'm Cory, I'm like, hey, I've been to 2 finals already, right? He's been to 2.
Yeah.
I haven't won. In fact, I've gotten 3rd in both, right?
He got 2nd and 3rd.
He got 2nd in Bloodlines. I hate that season. Either way, and he's like,
I saw it in his face. Hey, Tyler, that's like, hey, man, hey, we feel some pain sometimes.
Hey,
shit, bro.
I'm telling you, dude. And then Cory's like, I have to do this for my family, for my unborn child, for my baby, and to prove that I can go and win. I think them 2 have the best chances.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, I think Cory for sure kind of looks at this more like most people than as like he's an athlete, and winning the challenge is kind of like his Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he kind of,
Yep.
I think he looks at it like that. A lot of the stuff the way he kind of pieces things together is like he wants to win. He wants to win the championship. Yep. There's nothing more. Cory might go out if he wins $1 million, he'll go out and make his own ring. I'm telling
you. He might, bro.
It'll be infamous, Tony, but that's all right. You don't want to blow the whole $1 million on a ring now. You know what I'm saying? We got mouths to feed.
He's got some personal shit he's got to take care of with his girlfriend and all that shit going on, bro. So I
can only imagine.
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
It's gonna be interesting now though, since everybody's that's left has Red Skulls already, and now they just said that there's going to be an elimination. So now the whole aspect of like, oh, you want to go into elimination goes out the window because now it's fair game. Like, now you have to stay out and actually try this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, well, how many people run a final? 4? Is it going to be 4 each?
I think it's 4 guys, 4 girls. And there's,
5.
Yeah, they're getting close.
You got Rogan, Fessy, Bananas, Kyle, Nelson, Cory. So there's 6 guys. So they got to get rid of 2 more guys. And next week's a double. It's a girl and guy next week that are going. The girls, it's Jenny, Bailey,
Oh, bro, maybe 5 people have to run it then, dude. They're not getting rid of 2 in an episode. They're not getting rid of 4 people in an episode. 5 people have to run it. What they'll do is
So
they'll
they
do 5
triple
people at it.
elimination.
Hey, you're right. That could be right. Or they're gonna take 5 in the first stage of the final 5 people run it, and then get rid of 2, and then the final stage 3 people run it. They could do that. But
Yeah.
I'll say this. Here's who's gonna be gone. It's gonna be Bailey, Melissa, or how many girls are there left?
It's Jenny, Bailey, Melissa, D, and
That's it, right?
no, because I just listed 4. There's definitely got to be. I definitely missed someone or somewhere. Jenny, D, Bailey, Melissa.
Who the fuck? I feel so bad if we're forgetting somebody, bro. Oh, Casey.
Casey. I
Brother.
shit.
And that's it.
Bro. Yeah.
Let's not forget, I just thought of something.
There's 6 guys, 5 girls left.
In the final, Thomas said that when you get to the final, they'll have another elimination when you get there, right?
Well, you know how like there's 2 stages in a final, bro?
Right. Well, what happened in our final, speaking of this not so fast, the not game, when we went to the final to Namibia, that was the last elimination. San Diego, and that was it. We saw that elimination again, and it was a TP. It was a tripod. That's
so
crazy.
what they could do is they could do a daily next episode, do a daily, and then have. Are we positive it's gonna be a double elim? Did they say that?
Next week's a double again.
No, bro. I don't even know.
Because there's 6 guys and 5 girls. That's weird. Which means
Melissa and Bailey are out. I see Jenny, D, and Casey running the final out of those 5. And then, bro, Fessy and Rogan are out, bro. And Nelson. I see top 3 being in no particular order. Bananas, Cory, and Kyle. I could switch in and out with like Nelson or Fessy maybe. I don't think Rogan's gonna make it. I don't know why, but they didn't show him enough this episode, so I don't think he's gonna make it. And then from the girls' side, I see Casey, Jenny, and D. Final 3. Those are my final 3s. That's what I'm saying.
I backed that up.
Okay, I feel that. I appreciate it.
You had put so much thought into that. I just got it. Tom just called it.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. I bet you he's right.
Put this down in Vegas or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Somebody, let's get a betting pool going.
Yeah.
No, right? No, though.
Yeah. I think we could leave it at that, though. It was a fun time doing this, and I enjoyed the process and the whole episode. Thank you guys for coming on today.
Appreciate you having us, man.
Dude, for sure, man. Mike Lewis, man, you gonna come up through the rankings, dude. You about to have to start playing some politics of your own, bro.
Yeah,
you're not gonna start trying to chop you at the knees.
Yeah, sorry we talked so much too. This was a long one, bro. You're gonna have to edit the shit out of this, bro.
Not a problem. All right, man. Take it easy, guys.
All right, guys. I'll hit y'all. I'll see y'all later, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yo, Thomas, bro. Man, hit me up, man. Later, man.
For sure. Hey, wear a fucking mask in New York, bro. For sure.
Bro,
actually, I'm
in
Texas.
You want to see my collection of masks, bro? I got a collection.
Real quick, bro. Let's see it real quick, bro. Let me see one.
Look. I got the black one, bro. I got the casual, every day right here, just kind of bullshit and put my little black mask on, and then it goes down to the heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? If it gets real serious and there's gonna be a bunch of old folks around, your boy's doubling up, and then sometimes I just do 2. You know what I'm saying? I saw them do it in the hospital. They was doing 2, so I was like, fuck it. I got to protect the old folk. I got to protect them. It's up to me and you. You know what I'm saying? The old people are like little babies now. You know what I'm saying? We got to coddle them and make sure that we don't breathe on them at all, ever.
Good fight.
All right, guys. Y'all stay safe. Thanks again, Mike. Dustin, I'll hit you up, homie.
All right,
For sure,
take care.
for sure. Be good, man. Be
Hey,